What's up, everyone? My name is Austin Ekeler. I play running back for the Los Angeles Chargers, and I'm also aspiring to be a professional Twitch streamer, accompanied by
Colton Visser, also known as TSM Viss, member of the esports org TSM, professional live streamer here on Twitch as well. So, Austin, what got you into streaming?
Right. So, obviously, being a part of the NFL, the NFL is a massive platform, but the NFL. One thing about it is we always have helmets, and we always have all this gear on, so people can't really connect with us. They can't see our faces like some of the other sports can, and so that really inspired me to try to bridge that gap. And that's when I looked to live streaming, and then specifically to Twitch, because I was also just a gamer in the background as well. And it kind of just made sense for me to go on, Twitch, where it's typically known as a gaming streaming platform. And it was a way for me to have some interaction, play games with my community, and build up some type of relationship that they weren't really getting just from watching me play football. I was just a football player to them, so this was a way for them to see kind of my personality, to see who I am off the field, connect. They can type in the chat, which I really liked about that, because then it's almost like a press conference. They can ask me questions, and so that was the reasoning I got into Twitch, and I've been growing it ever since then. And how about yourself?
So for me, it was just always a dream that one day I could play games and make that my job and my career, right? And also the fact that you get to interact with people. That's always been a big thing for me when it comes to streaming. The thing that I love the most about it is being able to interact and just meet different people all around the world. I always had a great passion for gaming, right? Love different games, always growing up, playing all different sorts of stuff. But Twitch just provided a unique opportunity to be able to go in and build a community of people, and express my love for gaming with all of them. So that's the big reason. That's the big passion for me. The reason I got into it. Yeah. So Austin, it's awesome that you're coming over from football. What are some strategies and things that you've used to kind of grow on Twitch and get your audience to move over onto Twitch?
Right. So, growing the audience from the big platform, the NFL, that's kind of easy because the NFL platform is massive. So right as soon as you get in, you already get credibility just because you're part of this basically elite group. And so now the challenging part is to how do I move this brand from the NFL over into something that I'm passionate about. And that was my live streaming. And so I've slowly been, just making myself available, being consistent, and doing giveaways, doing interactive play with the community, answering questions, and it's slowly driving people that like me for football and showing them, hey, this is my personality. And so I'm not like a professional gamer. I'm not like really good at gaming, so I don't have that entertainment aspect as far as the gaming world. But I feel like my personality and just me talking and interacting with people is intriguing. And that's why I've been able to grow just the way that I carry myself in my stream. And I do read the chat. It's really been really supportive. It allows people to, feel like they're connected to me on a deeper level. I'm actually talking directly to you, saying your name, and reading what you typed in. And so my strategy is to grow. Like at the very beginning, I had like 30 people on the stream. Now, I don't know, like 20,000 followers now. So it's grown quite substantially in less than a year. And mainly due to the fact that I've just been available and just showed like, hey, if you come in, I'm gonna give you some type of value as far as me being a football player, but also interact with you and give a deeper connection. I know you have much more followers than I do, many more. But how have you got to that point? Because I'm about like 22,000. This, I think you have like 700,000 or something like that.
I think we're getting close to breaking 780. But I think it's so awesome, okay, especially like with what you're doing, being able to come over right from the NFL, where you got so many different fans, so many different people that just love you from the field. They know you as a football player, but now they get to see you in person, right? They get to interact with you. And that creates just such a cool experience, especially right now with like all the stuff that's going on in the world. The fact that you're still able to do that, where like you couldn't do fan meet and greets. And now through Twitch, like your community of fans get to come and really get to see you. They get to hang out with you and be with you.
Right. So it's different too. It's different for me because, I see a lot of, other people that are, they are in the NFL or they are in sports. And there's just people that come in and they'll just stream and they'll just play video games. And so that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be super interactive. I also wanted to play games for sure. But, people are looking for that just a little bit more. Like if you're not like a pro like yourself, like really good at the game, then it's hard to really like connect and grow your stream. And so that's how I've been able to do it if you're not talking, I meant. it's hard to grow your stream without having some type of other, value that's being provided. So for me, yeah, it's been more so of the connection, the communication part. And then gaming is just, an on top activity that we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, that's such a cool thing about live stream is there's so many different things and so many different avenues for so many different people that have already established themselves or already have a brand to come over and be able to create that interaction with different people around the world.
And it's different for someone like you too. Your experience is a lot different than mine. You don't have the NFL platform, so you built it from the mud, as people say, from ground zero. And so, I would love to hear more about your experience and how you've grown.
I mean, so basically for me, it really came down to just putting tons and tons of time and effort into Twitch, into the platform, and growing over time. So I was able to establish myself early on in a battle royale game called Arma 3, right? Battle royale, since then, they've blown up. They've become much, much bigger. So part of, my success was being in a game or a genre that was growing in itself. But outside of that, you come to the platform, if you don't know about Twitch out there, you start off with 0 people watching you. You have to be able to grow your brand and your stream and get people to find you by putting out basically content all over the internet. So I made guides, I made posts on social media, different like clips for my stream. I always try to put out something that was valuable to people, something that people could use to help them improve in their game, or end up, something that was very entertaining, something that was really funny, something to share in that way that people would want to share. And from that, people were eventually able to find my stream and come in. Also, what came into that was networking with other people that were streamers, people growing in the game, other competitive players. When it comes to Twitch and trying to grow a stream, there's not a ton of organic growth out there. You're not going to get to find people that just come in and click into your stream. There's going to have to be a reason and something that made you stand out, a reason that they found you in order for you to grow. So it really came down to just putting tons of time and effort, determination over years to just build up a community and a brand. And the coolest and most awesome thing, like I've been doing this now for 6 years, there's people that I met day almost like one, the first week, that are still part of my streams that have stuck with me for all this time. And we were talking about the interaction that you have with your fans and whatnot. You build up this interaction and the relationship over the time. It's really something special where your viewers, like the people that are part of your community, and they've been with you for so long.
And I think what's special about your stream that, I'm also looking to do in mine is you giving a name, to your brand, to your community. So it gives it more of like an exclusive feel. I believe you call it the pack. I see it behind you.
Yep.
The wolf. Is it the wolf pack or is it the wolf pack?
We got the logo right here.
Yeah, there you go. So you've given a name to your community. So now they can represent, the pack. They're in the group. If they see other people that are in the pack, it's a really unique experience for them. Can you talk about how you started on that in the pack? And like where that became in, and how do you even get into the pack? Is there what's the process?
Right. So, basically how it came down, like as a streamer, right, you want to create your own brand, you want to create your community. And when I started on Twitch, it was something I was really brainstorming, and, it had a tie to my past. Austin here, he's a football player. Back in the day, I loved playing football. It was my first big passion. And our team was known as the Wolf Pack. And I thought that it would be such a great idea to bring that over, because I wanted to bring the same passion I had for playing sports into gaming. And I felt like a wolf pack or a pack in itself is such a great thing for a community, because a community has to work together on Twitch. It's like a family. It's like friends. It really is like your second family when you come and hop on Twitch. And so I felt like it was such a great thing that represented that, right? And that's another really and every different streamer, they kind of have a vision or like an idea for their community, what they want, like how they want people in their community to interact with one another. And so I felt like it really kind of established what I was looking for.
Right. Yeah, I love that. And, going back to what you mentioned, people that you've been with you from the beginning, I'm in a similar situation where I recognize names in my stream. I recognize people that have been around, they have like subscriber badges that shows how long they've been around, but you get to know these people. You almost you don't know what they look like. I actually know what a couple of my viewers look like just because I've had some interaction with them, but you get to know these personalities, and you start to formulate, these things and these assumptions, and it bridges the gap. And so that's what makes the community so strong. And that's what makes streaming and the streaming area so strong as far as the community, because people are coming back, people find value in what you're putting out there, and they start to become, you know, more than a fan, but more so like just part of the actual content, because
it's like
now
your friends too.
Now you're interacting with these people on a regular during the chat. And so like these, yeah, exactly. It becomes like your friends. You know, you're just saying like, well, what's the first name basis? Like, what's up? You know, what's up, Jack? What's up, Mark? You know, things like that. It's just so strong. And I didn't even know how strong streaming was going to be until I got a few months into it, and then my community started to explode. And I was like, wait a minute. And then all these new opportunities started coming. That's where I actually started a group called, Gridiron Gaming Group, where basically it's another, area where I'm allowing a group. Let me bring that back. It's a group where we are basically leveraging each other. And bringing each other together, or bringing our communities together, because I didn't realize the opportunity that was in the space, and I wouldn't have unless I started streaming. And so I was like, well, I'm doing this, other people can easily do this as well. And so I've started to bring other, athletes and influencers and just people together, so we can, bounce all our communities and build our brands together and, help each other.
Yeah, that's freaking so, like what you're doing, that's so awesome, because like so many athletes, they come to the platform, and honestly, like, I feel like you've done really well. Like you've gotten traction really well so far on Twitch. And like the fact that you're able to create that now and bring other athletes in, like it's just going to help elevate everybody. Right. It's so cool.
Yeah. Cause I mean, it's all about the community, and if the community feels like they're getting value, they're going to stick around, they're going to grow. And so if you can bring other communities in, and then you guys can, basically create this ecosystem, all the communities are going to grow together. And that's kind of what Twitch is. You're going to do collaborations. You're going to, play your own content for sure, and do what you love, because you have to stay authentic to yourself, so you don't get burnt out and stay in your passions. But yeah, you're going to eventually, exhaust what you can do, and then you start getting in front of other people. And so that's, that's a really advantageous place for, brands to start stepping in, because now, you're growing, and then you're, working with this person. And so it's just a place where you can collab and create a lot of value for your community and for people that are trying to, promote your community as well.
Right. So you just talked about like brands working with different streamers.
Right.
And so, there are a bunch of brands already jumping into Twitch, looking for different streamers to represent their brand for whatever that is, right? There's tons of different, like it could be the variety of it is far and wide right now, where it comes to like, the NFL still like doing stuff with Twitch, the UFC, professional, sports, but also brands outside of that. Like, I know like Takis was doing a bunch of stuff with Twitch, and then like, car companies, and it just, there's so many different unique opportunities when it comes to that. And luckily over time, I've been able to work with like a bunch of different brands. And when it comes to a brand coming in and working with a streamer, obviously like choosing the right streamer is important, right? The streamer that could represent a certain brand, someone trying to find someone that's authentic, that really enjoys whatever it is that brand is, wanting to do or wanting to push.
Yeah.
And, but we kind of talked about it, like since the interaction and since it's all live and happening on video, there's so many different opportunities for a brand to come in. And if they, whatever it is, if they want to like advertise, if they want to, present whatever it may be, there's so many different opportunities. And the fact that it's live, the interaction with the streamer, the community, it poses a great opportunity, I think, for brands out there.
And I think it's a deeper opportunity than opposed to, some of the mainstream platforms, as far as like Instagram, Facebook, where it's like, hey, do this post for me. Because like a post is great. You can put like a little information in the bio, but when it's on a live stream, say you just come in and you sponsor, a streamer for a month, for them to have, your logos and stuff on their screen, and then talk about your products. And here's the thing that you mentioned it a little bit, but yeah, you can go and seek out someone that you like their vibes, you like how they do their streams, you can make it really custom, and, you can get, actually talking interaction with actual humans, not just people that are scrolling on like Instagram. So, and the connection between the streamer and the community is so much deeper than it is, liking pictures on Instagram. But here's the thing, this idea of streaming is somewhat new compared to, Facebook, Instagram, these bigger platforms, TikTok. And so that's where, people are just a little weary as far as like getting in. But I have a perfect example, with my Gridiron Gaming Group, for instance, we did an event, it was our big game streamer event. And, no one knew what Gridiron Gaming Group was. They don't know the power of, bringing communities together. And I think we averaged like 18,000 viewers for this event that we promoted for a month. Like it was just, a baby promotion for a month. And then, we got front page at Twitch, and our unique followers were 700,000 people. So we had at one point 700,000 people rolling through, listening to me talk about sponsors, like seeing me interact with their gear, seeing all my other members. And so there's just a deeper value than just, on Instagram and, these other places. So that's why, brands, I just don't think people all totally understand, the actual value of the streaming platform and how connected the community is to the streamer.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that 100%. But I think over time, like it's definitely something that's going to get established, and people are going to figure it out. Like you just said, you had 700,000 unique people tune into that, right? And I mean, that's so much better and different than like a post or like even just a video, right? If it's happening live, and it almost as if it's happening in person with how like much interaction everything happens.
So and here's the thing: it even goes even further than that. Like if you thought that was enough, like it's global. Like it's global. Like anyone can tune in at any single time. Where like Instagram, like they can still do that, but it's like it has to be pushed to them. It has to be pushed to them. So if you're sponsoring a certain category, you're going to get all those people just coming to that category, and they're going to see, this person's live, they're doing a sponsored event with whoever the sponsor is. And so there's just so many different reasons, and it's becoming more mainstream. The younger era, which grew up in more technology, is growing up. So they understand esports, they understand gaming. Some of these older just people are just literally don't understand, just because they didn't grow up around it. They're not, educated about it. So they don't see the value within it. And, it's a shame, because there's a lot of value, and it's being more prevalent as time goes on. And I think we'll see a lot more people turning towards live streaming platforms to connect with their families and to connect with their communities. Just because, especially with, the pandemic going on, so it's a different way to bridge the gap. And that's what, brands are trying to do. That's what influencers are trying to do. How do I add value to my community and grow this brand?
Something really that I thought you kind of touched on there a little bit, with streaming and whatnot. Like if you're a brand, you're coming in and you want to work with somebody that maybe they have an audience just in like a certain area. Like maybe it's someone who has like mainly like a European audience, or like just somewhere in the United States. There are ways to figure that out. Like streamers have all those stats and everything. So if you're a brand out there and you're looking to work with somebody, like you can get all of that. You can get that information. And so if it's something where like you wanted to target a certain demographic, like you could find the right streamer for that opportunity.
Yeah, all the insights and all the, all the information as far as like who's viewing, what age group, like it's all set up. It's all ready. All the infrastructure is ready for people to come in and take advantage. And, we're seeing that. You do see that. It's just not as mainstream right now, but it's getting there. And so like, I mean, how to keep moving forward, like, as it continues to grow, it's going to become more and more advantageous for these brands to get in there. But the ones that get in early and actually familiarize themselves with the space, are going to have the upper hand, because they're going to start to create those connections and start to create, the relationship with these bigger Twitch platforms where they can start doing their own events. And because they're going to start seeing the value of actually, the younger generation, the technological generation growing up. And I know for me, myself, I'm going to continue to, try to, connect with others. Like I'm at a point right now where with Gridiron Gaming Group, I'm trying to create a platform just to basically show the ropes, because even for people that aren't in the space, that are trying to get into the space, it's kind of like just a free for all right now. It's like, how do I start? And that's, what Gridiron Gaming Group is trying to do, is trying to show you like, here's the steps, here's some resources. This is how we're going to help you grow. And so that's kind of been my ideas moving forward, is trying to help other streamers have some type of success that I've experienced, as well as long as continue to provide, content for my community. And that, it's almost like a win-win, because I'm trying to help other people at the same time as providing content for me.
Absolutely.
My viewership that grows. And so like, I mean, I'm curious, how are you still growing? Someone with 780,000, how you continue to like keep people interested? You've been streaming for years. Like how's that process?
I think it's like always improving, always doing something that's entertaining, growing as yourself as a person, as a streamer. Right. But on top of that, it's like the platform's continuing to grow, right? Twitch is only getting bigger and bigger. Esports are getting bigger and bigger. Video games are getting bigger and bigger. I think last year Twitch did like over 1 trillion minutes watched on the platform, right?
Wow.
So there's more and more people coming to Twitch. There's tons and tons of people.
Right.
And I mean, but to continuing to grow, it's about doing the things that already got, you know, us to this point. You continue to do those things. You continue to be consistent on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. You're going to continue to grow. You're going to continue to see that. So
exactly. And so like, kind of like you said, just building off of like, if it's something you're passionate about, you can really see it in someone's stream. You can see that they love what they're doing. You can see they're having fun, enjoying it. And that's also what's going to continue to keep them going, because they're going to stay motivated because they truly do enjoy it and they're not going to get burnt out. And so I think that's what's really special about the streaming platform. And it creates that community that, you know, that's what you want your brand to have some type of community. And if you can come in and capture that in different ways, as far as if it's providing product, content, or a combination of all of it, then it's as strong as it's going to be, and it's going to continue to be stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So,
well, I mean, I appreciate you, man. That was good. I love getting to learn about your community, how you're going to keep it going. I think
same with you.
I think, you know, Twitch is going to be, not just Twitch, but the other live streaming platforms are going to become more prevalent in the future. And it's going to be a lot of value for, you know, individuals and brands to, you know, create those relationships and continue to push on to what they're passionate about.
Sounds good.
So yes, thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you, Viss, for being here, sharing some light on what you have going on. And thank you to South by Southwest for providing this opportunity for us to speak today. You can find me on Twitch at Austin Ekeler. And Viss, where can they find you?
So you can find me on Twitch at TSM_Viss. Also, if you want any other handles, social media, TSM_Viss on Instagram and TSM Viss on Twitter. Right. And a big shout out to South by Southwest. It was an awesome opportunity.
Thanks for watching, guys.